When you think about serial killers, you probably think of Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, maybe even John Wayne Gacy, men whose names became synonymous with evil. But what if the face of a killer didn't belong to a man at all? What if it belonged to a beautiful blonde woman, a devoted mother, a law student with a charming smile and a calm voice? In São Paulo, Brazil, that woman exists, and her name is Ana Paula Veloso Fernandes, the deceptive face of evil. In São Paulo, Brazil, a monster was lurking in plain sight, one who didn't hide in the shadows, but behind a smile. Her deception was her beauty, her charm, and her intelligence. Few could have imagined that beneath the polished surface of a law student and mother was a cold, calculating serial killer. Her neighbors described her as beautiful, intelligent, the kind of woman who seemed to have her life perfectly together. But behind that smile was something monstrous. In the span of just a few months, people around her began to die, one by one, poisoned, suffocated, or left to rot in silence. And when police finally uncovered the truth, they realized she hadn't just been studying law. She'd been studying how to get away with murder. This is the story of Ana Paula Veloso Fernandes, Brazil's most chilling case of charm, control, and cold-blooded killing. On October 2025, police in São Paulo, Brazil, formally arrested Ana Paula Veloso Fernandes as suspicions regarding multiple unexplained deaths coalesced into a full-blown homicide investigation. The arrest came after forensic teams linked her to a trail of poisonings and the decomposed body of her landlord, Marcelo Fonseco, whose corpse had remained hidden inside her home for 5 days. Authorities say the breakthrough occurred once Marcelo's case was reopened, spurred by his daughter's insistence, and additional forensic evidence connected her to at least 3 more suspicious deaths across São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. In interviews, Ana Paula remained composed and offered partial confessions, admitting to concealing Marcelo's body and burning the sofa, while denying direct involvement in the poisonings. As she was taken into custody under preventive detention, investigators warned she may not be done, and that her case could be one of Brazil's most chilling examples of cunning, multi-modus serial murder. In the beginning, nothing about Ana Paula Veloso Fernandes seemed out of the ordinary. She lived a quiet life in Contagem, Brazil, a mother raising her son while pursuing a degree in law. She was well-dressed, articulate, and ambitious. To her classmates, she was the kind of woman who seemed destined for success. But behind closed doors, something else was taking shape. A fascination with power, and a disturbing detachment from empathy. The kind of mindset psychologists describe as instrumental psychopathy, where emotions are tools and people are pawns. She didn't yell or rage or lose control. Instead, she smiled. She waited. And when the moment was right, she poisoned, stabbed, and silenced the people who trusted her most. It started in January of 2025, when Ana Paula moved into the home of her landlord, a man named Marcelo Fonseco. He was kind, helpful, and believed he was simply renting a room to a responsible tenant. Within days, things went horribly wrong. Neighbors reported hearing raised voices late one night, a struggle, then silence. According to police, Ana Paula stabbed Marcelo beneath his arm while he sat on the couch. Then, with chilling calculation, she hung a bedsheet across the doorway. Not to hide from the world, but to hide the body from her son and niece inside the house. For 5 days, Marcelo's body decomposed in that living room. The air grew thick with decay, and flies swarmed through the curtains. Ana Paula lived there, pretending nothing was wrong. It wasn't until her son begged her to do something about the smell that she called the police. When officers arrived, they found Marcelo's corpse partially covered, the sofa burned to hide evidence. Ana Paula claimed he died of natural causes. She smiled through questioning, calm, collected. And the police, lacking proof, closed the case. But that calm, it wasn't relief. It was confidence, because she knew she'd gotten away with murder. After Marcelo's death, Ana Paula changed her weapon, moving from knife to chemistry. She had found something quieter, cleaner, harder to trace. Over the next few months, 3 more people died mysteriously after eating or drinking things she'd prepared. Investigators would later find traces of terbufos, a banned agricultural pesticide known for its lethality. The first poisoning was Maria Aparecida Rodriguez, who died after sharing coffee at Ana Paula's home. Hours later, she collapsed. Ana Paula was, once again, the last person to see her alive, and the first to call for help. Next came Neil Correa da Silva, a man whose own daughter, Michelle Paiva, allegedly conspired with Ana Paula to kill him. The payment was made under the guise of a TCC, a code used in Brazilian universities to refer to a final thesis. In reality, it was shorthand for murder for hire. The pattern grew clearer with each death. The victims all trusted Ana Paula. They all shared food or drink with her, and each time she carefully inserted herself into the aftermath, weeping, performing grief, controlling the story. Then came her third known victim, Hader Mahazris, a 21-year-old ex-boyfriend. When he tried to move on, she faked a pregnancy to lure him back. She met him one night, smiling sweetly, and handed him a milkshake. Within hours, he was dead. Police say she tested her poison on dogs first, 10 of them, to perfect her formula. Every death was an experiment, every life a data point. For Ana Paula, killing wasn't a mistake. It was a process. Poisoners are unlike other killers. They don't strike in rage. They plan. They calculate. The act itself is invisible, intimate, and deeply personal. It requires trust. You have to hand someone their death and convince them to drink it willingly. That's what makes Ana Paula so terrifying. She weaponized familiarity. She used hospitality as a trap. The poison was just the tool. The real murder happened the moment her victims believed her. Investigators found she was deliberate, even theatrical. She wanted to witness the suffering she caused. In several cases, she was present as her victims grew ill, quietly observing, never breaking composure. Police Chief Halison Ideao described her as cold, remorseless, and visibly satisfied. He said, "She wants to kill. There is no hesitation, only calculation. And afterward, she doesn't run. She stays close to the body." As the deaths stacked up, Ana Paula's confidence grew. She began to involve others, including her twin sister, Roberta Cristina Veloso Fernandes, and the daughter of one of her victims, Michelle Paiva. To the outside world, they were friends and students, but behind encrypted messages and coded transactions, they plotted death. The TCC code became their language of murder, a way to conceal payments and communications under the cover of academia. When detectives finally reopened Marcelo's case, forensic results from the other deaths began aligning. The same poison, the same patterns, the same woman at the center of every crime. Her arrest came quietly. She didn't resist, didn't cry. When questioned, she smiled. She confessed to burning the sofa, to hiding the body, but denied the poisonings. Yet her words were rehearsed, her tone eerily calm. Even in custody, officers described her as manipulative and observant, as if she were studying them too. One investigator said, "When you speak to her, you get the feeling she's dissecting you with her eyes." What makes Ana Paula Veloso Fernandes so haunting isn't just the number of her alleged victims. It's how ordinary she appeared. A student, a mother, a friend. She lived her daily life surrounded by people who never suspected a thing. Psychologists studying her case believe she exhibits traits of a high-functioning psychopath, intelligent, socially adaptable, and emotionally detached. To her, people weren't people. They were instruments. Every killer leaves a signature. For Ana Paula, it was control. She didn't want chaos. She wanted obedience. Every smile, every gesture, every poisoned cup was a reminder that she was in charge. She didn't need to chase her victims. She invited them in. That dual existence, the law student and the killer, was her masterpiece. She could study justice by day and destroy it by night. Even now, psychologists wonder, was she driven by greed, jealousy, or something darker, a compulsion to play God? Today, Ana Paula sits in preventive detention as prosecutors prepare their case. Her twin sister and accomplice remain under investigation. Police have reopened multiple suspicious deaths in nearby cities, all with one question: did Ana Paula poison them too? Forensic teams continue analyzing exhumed remains, cross-referencing financial records and messages that reveal a chilling level of organization. Authorities believe there may be more victims, people whose deaths were quietly written off as heart attacks, food poisoning, or illness. Yet through it all, Ana Paula shows no remorse, no emotion, no apology. She reportedly told one interrogator, "If I wanted them alive, they would be. But I get off watching them die." Evil doesn't always wear a mask. Sometimes it smiles politely, offers you coffee, and asks how your day is going. Ana Paula Veloso Fernandes reminds us that monsters can exist in plain sight, that the face of death can look like the girl next door. Her story forces us to confront an unsettling truth about human nature. Some people don't kill out of anger or desperation. They kill out of curiosity, for control, for pleasure. As the case continues, investigators believe Ana Paula's true victim count could be far higher than 4, perhaps 5, perhaps more. And while the courts may one day deliver justice, one question will linger long after the verdict is read. How does someone so intelligent, so normal, become capable of such extraordinary evil? What do you think about this case? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you'd like to see more true crime content, check out one of the playlists on your screen now. Also, if you enjoy our videos, please don't just watch. Take a second to like and subscribe to our channel. It's free, but it's just like giving us a donation and tells YouTube to share our content with more true crime fans like you. Your support helps us keep bringing you raw, unfiltered true crime stories. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next video.